All right. So regarding zombies, so why do I keep talking about this 1030? 1030. What's so magical about this 1030? I've been trading a while, and I've noticed 1030 is it's so the first hour is all the first like few minutes is all flurry. It's like people going crazy the first half an hour, and then the next one it starts to calm down, and there's some sort of trend that develops, and that's what I try to take advantage of the first hour. But then what I noticed is like when 1030 hits, that's when 1030 to 11, it's when things slow down. So during that time, dude, it's like there's no volume, and so they start to trap and they start to manipulate. I mean, so let's say I had like 5 million shares to let's say I was a long position. If I jam it up and I keep jamming it up, who's left to sell it or who's left to buy it from me, right? Everyone's in, everyone's looking to sell. And so the moment someone sells, it's just going to crater. So a lot of times they trap you, man. The only way I can get out of a huge long position is I move it up, I tank it down, I move it up. And so I do it in stair steps and all this stuff. So I noticed during around that 1030 time that, I mean, you can look more, there are more people that know about this stuff, but for me, it's just, you know, like I told you, man, I keep it very simple, dude. I use a line chart. I have other charts too, but I use a line chart, and I just notice these patterns. And one of the patterns I notice is around 1030 is when I start to lose. it's when I think, oh, I'm up on the money, and then all of a sudden shit like SSC happens, right? It pops up, and you're like, oh, what the hell is going on? So the rule of thumb is this, guys. If things don't go as planned by 1030, you got to cut your losses. If you're making money, you're in the money, and the trend is keep going down like JMU, it's fine. Start pacing it off. Start, you know, holding your stuff. So, but just beware in the back of your head, dude. If you're starting a new position and getting trapped at 1030, you should just wait until the next day. Does it kind of make sense? Just go back to your charts and look at all the plays you guys traded, all the trades that you lost, all the ones that you made money. Look at how the time correlates to this stuff, dude. It's just bizarre. It's just 1030. It's just the time. Maybe it's an algo thing. Who knows? But I don't need to know exactly all this. I just need to know that, yo, by 1030, that's my rule. I need a better freaking, if I'm losing, I need to get out. So when I examine all my big losses, my huge losses, it's always because I keep adding. You know why I keep adding? Because they fake me. They make it look like it's going to go my way. Let's say a stock is about, like, dude, I'm down a little bit on the stock, and so I'm thinking, man, it's going to collapse. It's going to collapse. So I keep adding. Next, you know, boom, they rip me the crap. They short squeeze because there's no one trading, dude. They clean up the volume. There's no more real organic trades. It's just all these algos just fucking hitting each other. Still hear me clearly, right? I don't have to worry about these microphone issues anymore. Awesome, guys. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. It's kind of like the way you lose is you keep adding. And for me, this is why I do the 1030 as a stop. So for me, I really don't have my main stop really is 1030 to add. People do it at the price. I keep talking about it, you know, but I just do things differently. I do by the time, because I give myself the 1 hour to do what I need to do, because I did my pre-planning, pre-market. I knew my points of entry. I need to make sure that when my first entry is a good entry. Remember, if you have a good entry, it makes life so much easier, dude. You can hold it for a long time. Imagine if you got FOMO, shit, dude. Now you're gonna get shaken out. And then if your position is too big, you're gonna get shaken out. So there is a comfort zone that only you can figure out for yourself. How many shares should you get to be comfortable to let it go 10 cents, to let it go 20 cents? Only you and your bankroll will know. And I'm gonna retweet on Twitter what I wrote about size. So people always want to get up to the next level, and it's not about the size, dude. Sizing is not how you get to the next level and make more money, dude. It's not a linear scale where, okay, if I make like $10,000 on this stock and I double my size, I should make 20 grand. No, dude, it doesn't work that way. The reason why is because you kind of fuck yourself up if you have too much size, because you are causing the resistance yourself or you are causing the support when you cover, right? Because you have huge size. Fuck, dude. How the hell did I cover 100,000 of TNXP? I can't put 100,000 shares right here. If I do that, then people is gonna fucking like jump all over me, right? So to get to the next level and to size up, dude, it's not just the size. You have to learn a skill. I mean, you got to be invisible. You got to learn all these tricks, and you got to basically crawl before you can walk, before you can jog, before you can run, right? And running is not even a thing. People get to run, they go, oh, I think I can run. They're just sprinting. I like to do is marathon running, right? You want to be consistent over a long period of time. And so that's why I want to teach you guys the basic fundamentals. If you can start training small with basic fundamentals, then you just kind of build. Then you'll get more comfortable with holding more size. But, you know, there's always going to be you have to learn also the next thing is liquidity. If the stock is trading, if you got a big size like 50,000 and you're trading a stock that's like screaming with like 100 million volume, that's fine. But if it's like 100,000 shares of volume and you're 10% of the volume, you're screwed, dude. So take a look at the prints also. Prints also, like right now, TNXP, 100. I'll tell you guys something. If you see a 141.99, 141.72, that's the freaking dark pool crap. That's all the fucking these. I don't know how they're getting away with it legally. I mean, you're not supposed to trade between, but these guys are trading between, and they're doing it, and they're scalping off this crap. So look at that. Look how illiquid that is. So that's. I mean, you don't need to get this fancy. I don't even need to look at that. I just need to know that there's 100 prints all over the place. It means it's illiquid as hell. How the hell am I going to trade in between if these guys are scalping in between? So I'll never get a fill. And so this is why during this time I don't really trade much. Because, dude, they manipulate this, dude. And their whole thing is just to make that spread, that algo spread. But anyways, okay. With that in mind, let's talk about the stock. I'm going to move this. Okay. TNXP. Everyone trades differently. But, you know, we made money long and short. I mean, dude, there's money being made everybody. So my first entry was around here. So the reason why is because, oh, this webinar is awesome now. I don't have to use that my iPhone anymore. So here's TXPT. Here is the time. So it's correlated, right? So let me do the 1 day. There we go. So my first entries are around 9 o'clock. Let's remind myself why. The reason why is this, guys. So I love charts like this. I love charts that done a 500,000 volume before I even get up. The reason why is building the chart. The more data points I have, the better. So the more data points I have, it becomes a probability thing. It's statistics, right? It becomes a technical analysis now because you have enough data points. If you have 2 data points, it's very difficult. I mean, how can you tell with 2 data points, right? But some people can. They're good for them, but I can't. I'm not that smart. So by the time I woke up, it was already 400,000 volume. That's huge, dude. And so it built a chart for me. So I love it. So now I don't know why this keeps showing losing the time. There it is, losing the time. So now what happens is I woke up and I'm here. I'm like, dude, so where should I? So I'm like, I'm gonna start nibbling. Where should I start nibbling? I see that already broke, dude. It broke down so much. It went from 170 or something all the way down to this. And so I'm not chasing. I'm just waiting for it to go back up. So notice where I'm entering. I drew a line right here, dude. Around the 145, 150, between here. So between here is a resistance. So that's why I started entering around here. You notice this is right here. See that? 146, 147, 148. So I started nibbling all the way here. And then sure enough, it went down, but I'm cool. I keep adding. So the open is when I really want it. I was like, dude, I really want this area. Because look at this. Look at the line that's drawn, 152. Look at how many times it hit. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And guess what? I shorted all that line all day long. All day long, I would be shorting that line. All day long. See, right here, 150 right here. I got the top tick here too. 152. See that? 152. And then when it went back up, I did the same thing. So this one was a little sketchy, but so that's why. So I took a little loss on this second one, but this is a little tiny. This is just very small. My most of my damage that I've done, damage as in the good damage, damage the charts, is here. So this is where the money was. Remember the first frenzy, just like the first bounce scenario, it's always the first short scenario. So my first bounce strategy, it can be translated to the first short strategy. So the first short is the biggest move. So we got the biggest move, right? So now it goes slower and a small, and then, you know. Let me take a look at the question you guys have. How do you complete orders the way you do on the candle around 932, the 5 candle? How do you complete orders the way you do? What do you mean, how do I complete orders? To be honest, dude, I'm just staring at I'm staring at the level 2. I'm staring at the speed. So yeah, that's a really good webinar, dude. I'm gonna give a webinar on tape reading on. So stay tuned. That'll be a very good one, dude. So basically, what I do is a level 2 and charting. In my head, I already knew the lines because I already did the lines in my head before I even, because the lines this chart was already made for me, dude. I didn't really have to think. Just draw the line across. You see that, guys? Dude, it's just uncanny. It's unreal how this shit is just like, dude. When you look at it, like, it's so fucking obvious. But when you're there, you're scared shitless, right? And so what I do is I actually put the order before I even get there. I put a little order so that I don't change my mind. Because when it goes up there, you know, oh my God, dude, this thing is. So when it was here, a lot of people were like, oh my God, it's going to go to 165. And if I didn't have the order there, I might be scared myself. So this is psychology, man. So this is what I noticed for myself. Everyone's different. So I put a little feeler trades all over the place. Because when I put those trades in, it was from a clear mind. I was not in the trade. I was planning my trade out. So when I plan my trade out, I'm putting orders out there. So when it hits, I get alerted. And then I can start adding more if I want, or start, you know, that's what I'm saying. So I put these things out because I'm drawing my plan, dude. This is what I do. I mentally draw my plan. So I woke up in the morning, and the stock was going down. And so I'm like, dude, my plan is this. When it goes to this level, I am going to short. So what I did, I put some orders out there. And when it went back up, I started adding more, see? Actually, it went down. So I could do both ways, up and down. So that's my whole point. So look at this, dude. Now it broke under. So I don't know if it's trapping or not, but the thing is, so this is where FOMO comes in. I'm like, fuck, I have so many of these shares. I could have made so much more money. But it's like, oh, well, you know, you can't be perfect all day long. It's basically, oh shit, look at the CSI, man, went back up. So it traps. So where, if you take a look at CVSI, see these resistance will be here. And then if it breaks here, it's going to go 650. You see that? So we will have we don't really need a whole class on charting. The more of these you look, the more it's very simple, basic, draw the line, resistance and support. Right, guys? I mean, this is the shit no one else is teaching you, man. It's just, I don't know why they don't teach you this. I guess they don't know this shit, I guess, but it's just so simple. I think everyone wants to, this is the thing I realized, with the less you know, the more you try to impress other people. And so these guys don't know shit. So they're using these indicators. They can't even pronounce the name of the indicator. They don't know what the fuck the indicator is. But they just look like, they sound like they're smart, you know, RSI, fucking these bands. I'm like, what the fuck? You really, I mean, how the fuck are you gonna know that? All those indicators, a lot of times is a lagging indicator, meaning like the hindsight furu bullshit that, oh yeah, this is why this did that. But it doesn't predict. It explains, but doesn't fucking predict. You see what I'm saying? The only thing that predicts is these just simple. I've been doing this for fucking forever, and the best indicator I see is just a fucking line. Once you get comfortable with this, you can start using more indicators. Indicators are important for the long-term swing traders, guys. I'm a short-term intraday guy, and so those long-term indicators, it takes time to build into those bands and stuff. So for me, it doesn't. it's just fucking too complicated. It's too quick. The only indicator type of thing study I would, if you guys want to learn, is the Fibonacci, because it gives you percentage, and then you can use that to actually scale in and scale out. So enter position and exit the position. So it gives you the points, and it's a Fibonacci. So the only study I would recommend if you want to do that is the Fibonacci. And so when you're starting out, a lot of times I should be doing it. It's like it'll tell you where you should cover, because it'll take the percentages. There's a Fibonacci sequence, and it gives you a percentage, and then you start covering 25% each level. So that's another way to do it if you want to start. And that's in my opinion, I think that's the easiest way, because Thinkorswim, if you open a free account, I think it has that. So okay, any questions here? Let me see. What's your risk on 150 resistance short? What do you decide to cut, reduce size? So let's take a look at that same exact question. I play it safe, man. So I'm doing this as not a position trade to make huge money for myself. So my goal is make good money, but to educate you on what I think is the way to do it initially, is to playing this safe. Because the moment you start doing this and you learn and put money in your pocket, you can experiment other things. I'm not giving you a strategy. I'm not giving you a strategy where you're going to be fucking like swinging $100,000 up and down. I'm giving you a strategy where you're going to walk in here, make some fucking money, put it in your fucking pocket, come back and repeat the same process. I'm giving you the low hanging fruit, easy way to make money trades. Okay. The only thing I could show you is how I did it to get to where I am. I didn't do it by swing trading and all that. To me, it's very difficult. Other people can do it, but I my personality, I'm just a control freak, so I don't do that. But we're gonna have people in here that will help you do that as well. So I'm bringing a bunch of mentors that have different expertise, like futures trading, options trading, swing trading. Just give you a different perspective, because I'm seriously, at the end of the day, you have to find a style that fits for you. And so your question about going, so look at this. So I have an area I want to short. I have an area I want to cover. Look at this area, dude, 140 all day long. I'd be covered. That's what I did. See, 140 right here. I took all off. It's because I base it upon this. You see where it bounced up here, 138? I had a 138, 139 print over here too. See that? See that 139? So I'm just doing the unraveling of the chart. You see what I'm saying? I'm shorting where the resistance is, and I'm covering where the support is. It's as simple as that, guys. And that's just the phase one, your white belt. In karate, there's a bunch of different belts, right? So a better analogy would be, this is your elementary school lesson. You guys are not even in junior high or high school or college yet. So for me, this is elementary level but for other guys, other rooms out there, this is their PhD, because they don't know shit. So to be honest, this is elementary, and this is the fundamentals I keep stressing you. If you just think about resistance and support, I mean, that is pretty much like this is the education at this level before you get to the next level. But just think about resistance and support. You want to sell at the resistance, buy at the support. Does that make sense, guys? Where do the lines come from? These are trend lines. They just draw, my program draws it, but you can draw it too. It's just the top of each. You see that? Just the top of each thing, dude. It's just as simple as that. People think it's some complex shit. 138, you see where they draw it? It was here, it was here, it was here. So just took the average to the bottom. It's all fucking, dude, it's crazy. It bounced off of 139, 138 all day long until it broke down now. So you know what I'm doing now? I hope it pops up so I can shorten it. Because if it breaks, and then if it breaks this level, then it's a cover. You see how it works? Now it's gotten pretty damn ugly. So it could be if I can keep going down. But the problem is there's no more meat to the bone. I mean, how much more can it go down? So that's the risk reward you got to take, you can hold it longer. So it's up to you. So my whole thing is up to you on how You want to do this? So I don't think there's a magic thing, man. For me, I just want to play safe because a lot of times this thing rotated the float too. So let's take a look at that. Let's look at that. TNXP. See, the float is 8 million. Good job, Alex. I think Alex is bouncing CVSI. Good job, brother. TNXP. Shit. Fucking China. I'm trying to short it as we speak. Using the 140 line. So it pops up there, guys. We can get short. Doesn't, you know? It's a very low risk play. But anyways, okay. So you take a look at the 8. So there's a 10. So the float in theory rotated already. So it rotated already. So it's kind of like, you know what, man? It could trap, it could zombie. The easy money, guys, was in the morning. I keep telling everybody, right? I keep telling you guys, the easy money was in the morning. It did exactly what the chart did. It did exactly what the chart did. And so now this is just bonus bucks. I go smaller. I shouldn't be in this shit because I'm happy with what I made, you know? So that's that, guys. Let me see. How can you explain make 5 trades in just 1 minute? I put the orders in, man. How could I do all these fucking trades? I put a bunch of fucking orders in before the market even opened. I was that confident. Seriously, guys. I was that fucking confident. After doing this a while, you stick to your plan and, you know, you do it. Then when it filled, I've added more. You know, these are all manual orders. I have a trick also. The trick is I pre-populate 3, 4 level 2s with the price already to click. People call them hotkeys. I don't use hotkeys, but you can, I guess. But for me, I'm a control freak, so I have 3 or 4 of these, like CVSI, dude. Like when Fannie Mae traded, I had literally 6 order entries just on that. Maybe more, dude. Different routes, different prices, different, you know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about trading on a laptop versus me, you guys are already at a disadvantage, dude. You have to use these stupid ass hotkey shit. You don't know what you're feeling. You're doing limit orders. What the hell is this? I already have shit already pre-keyed in. So the name of the game for trading is this, you know, you want to have the edge. So when people go, why do you need all these monitors? I really don't. But fuck, man, me having 2 seconds above you have to type in the ticker. That's a fucking huge edge, right? 2 minutes, I could do a lot of damage before you can. Okay. Anything else? So that's that. So let's take a look at CVSI. There's really nothing to explain. It's the same thing as last time. Let me take a look at this. Let me ask you this, guys. What do you guys want to know now? So the main thing I wanted to teach you was this, because this is a one-off kind of stock. The bulletin board, I don't want to get into too much of this. We won't see much of this. This is one of those once in a while trades. So I'd rather you focus on things like this that you can do every day. So I'll show you SSC. So this is what a continuation trade looks like. And the reason I didn't do this because I was too cheap. It was the locates were too expensive, and I was like, "Fuck, man." So what I would have done was the continuation play would have been a small continuation play, $3. You see this line, $3. I would have shorted it here and covered it here because here was the 280 line. So that I would have just made my 15 cents or whatever, that 15 cents, you know. But I was like, "Fuck, man." They want to locate at like 6 cents, so I was like, not even fucking worth it. So I was like, fuck it. And sure enough, it's a sleeper. So it went up. And so you got to be careful about so let's actually take a look at the time that went up, dude. This is an interesting thing. Let's take a look just for fun. You see that? We closed at 302. At 10:30, guys, you had a chance to get the fuck out. Look at that. It trapped, dude. If you look at this fucking stock at 10 fucking 30, you're like, this thing is going to 275. Am I right? Fucking, it hit the top, and now resistance. Holy crap, it's gonna go 275. So these shorts are fucking getting in. And then what happened? Boom, fucking dead. And then they add more. Boom, dead. This, my friend, is a fucking this classic zombie, and this is why I tell you guys, get the fuck out if you're down at 1030. So these guys are shorting in here, thinking it's gonna be the top, because this is the top, right? So this resistance. Then they get trapped. They go, okay, this must be top. I nailed the top. I got 294. Yeah. Boom, $3. I nailed the top. $3. Boom, 315. Boom, 320. That, guys, is why I keep telling you 1030, man. There's something about that magical 1030. Don't fucking tell anybody, but 1030. So that is a classic case of the zombie. And this is what I'm saying. You make your money in the fucking morning. If it doesn't treat you right, you scale out. You can still keep some, but the moment it breaks over what you think it is, you need to get the fuck out, dude. The problem is it's the FOMO. It's like, oh shit, I should have fucking loaded big time here. It's now 30 cents lower. I wish it goes up. And the moment it goes up, don't be careful about what you ask for, man. If it goes up too much, you're fucking dead. And what is too much? It broke over the highs already. And it's a time interval. So you use as many of these to your advantage. So it's just not one criteria. It's not pure time, guys. It's time plus volume plus price. Okay, so you have to factor in all this, and this is all part of the experience. It's like a fucking baseball or whatever, you know. Like the guy's throwing an off-speed pitch, a slow pitch, a fast pitch. It's all this stuff, you know. It's not just one thing. It's not just the speed; it's the angle. So there's a bunch of different things you gotta see. But one of the factors that people don't tell you because they don't know this shit is the time, dude. So now you guys know the time. Yeah, let me turn this back up. And this, look, it just trapped the shit out of me. But where am I going to short? If I had a short, I'd be shorting at 334. You see that? Or if I was going to sell, if I had a long position, I was there. Because all day yesterday. So for me, where I would have shorted, to be honest, if I was going to do this, $3 because of this big line, I wouldn't chase anything other. But then this is after 1030, so I'm going to avoid. You see how all these factors coming in, guys. It's not just fucking the price, right? If you just look at the price, you'd be short and you'd be down 20 cents right now. You have to look at the time, like why, and the reason why. Look at this, dude. It cleaned everybody up out here and started walking up. And now red to green is a huge thing. Once it breaks the fucking, so if it starts from red and it goes to green, that is a big bullish sign. Do not fucking short. Okay, you should go long, actually. So that's another indicator if you want to go long. Once it's about to break, once it's about to go from red to green, it's a bullish indicator. It traps a lot of times too, but that's one of the bullish indicators over time. Is higher probably going to go instead pretty much for which stock? So I wanted to show you guys SSC. Right now, in my opinion, if it goes to 334, it's a short. You see the resistance all day yesterday? So just study these, you know, just look at this. It's like the more you look at different plays every day, the more the more it makes sense. So, and let's take a look at this guy just to see. This guy's too hard, man. This bulletin board. The problem is, like, even if I'm right, the fills are so bad, and they shake you 10 cents and they won't fill you for 20 cents. But take a look at $5 all day long, man. It's a support, right? And so once it broke this, it's just too hard, man. So notice this top here, 5. So it's reaching the resistance here already, guys. So if I'm gonna do something, I would short it a little bit here. You see what I'm saying? If it goes over, then I'm going to wait until the next level. So that, my friends, is charting. And any questions? Because that's, I mean, we're gonna end this webinar. This is pretty good that we got this microphone. I'm very curious to see how we sound on it. And I'll let you guys go back to your trading room. Any last question, guys? Yeah, videos recorded every day and posted up. What's my thoughts on Cron? One thing I know Cron is from the chart. Let me take a look. So what I do is I look at many different time frames. I look at the 10-day chart, 5-day chart. The more information you know, the better. I look at, let me tell you what I look at. I pull up first Cron on my 2 years and see that, okay, $10, I fucking short all day long. It's a big ass resistance, see that? And then I go to my 1 year, $10, $8. $8 is the resistance. Let's see what the heck Cron is at right now. So we broke $8. $8 now is the support. You see that? So they're supporting the shit out of this. They wanted to go near $10, guys. Is there ultimate risk? I don't know what you mean. Is there an ultimate risk? So my stop is, so there's a couple of stops. Your ultimate stop should be your max daily loss, dude. Max pain, max loss is your stop. Not the fucking price, not the time. Your ultimate stop is your max price max loss you're willing to take. Stick to that max loss. Okay? So the number one thing is your max loss. So when you come into a trade, you're like, how much am I willing to lose from this? Because you have to have, like, if you enter a trade, you have to have conviction, dude. Otherwise, conviction means this: you have to be sure that your shit is gonna work, and not get spoofed out by up and down, whatever. And so I kind of figured that the way you do it is the max loss. So you allocate, you know, that you give yourself that much room for your plan to work. And so you could be a bunch of different factors. You can change your thing in the middle and get the fuck out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting out, dude. It's just keep adding to the loser. That's the problem. And I found that 10:30 is the time that you should stop adding to that fucking loser. It's just my rule, you know, it could be other people's rules. So let's take a look at this Cron. Let me just do, so we're gonna walk through Cron. So how I analyze a stock, right? So first I pull up this, to be honest. Okay, let's do this right now. I pull up FinViz to do Cron. The reason I don't touch this shit because it's trading up and it looks like it's trapping the fuck out of all these shorts too. So I'm not gonna touch that. But and it's a day fucking 3 on the long side too. So it could be a whirlpool. So I already missed it. The real play was this second day and then they gap it up. So it's a continuation. So when continuation goes in both ways, guys, continuation goes up, see that? Or when it goes down. So if it dies today, tomorrow is the continuation down. I go both, but shorting is what I do. But I first I analyze the stock, you know, and I see if it's up or down. So this has a big ass float, so I'm not gonna be scared of it. But for some reason it squeezed the crap out. It squeezed a lot for a giant float, and so this is why it trapped, in my opinion. These shorts are like, dude, there's no way again. So I avoid these. This is why I if you're shorting, man, to me it's very difficult shorting real companies. It's 13% institutional owned. It's over $5. Funds are in this thing. That's why when I short, it's like, for me, it's like, I don't know if it's a real company or not. I mean, it's over $5. It must be semi-real. But if it's a $2 stock, I know it's a piece of shit. It's a scam, you know? And that's the reason why I have that $5 limit for myself. I will dabble on these when it goes. So now for this, yeah, dude, when it goes back to near the high, I wouldn't mind taking a fucking, and I predict at around maybe 2 o'clock, it may come up to 850 to 870. And I wouldn't mind taking a little quickie scalp that will pull back to 824. Anyways, okay. So then I go look at the filings. But this is a real company and stuff. So the reason I look at filings to see if they're diluting and stuff. I don't see anything. Let me see. This is like look like a foreign company or some shit. Yeah, it's a foreign company. So I don't know where it's from. I don't know anything about this company, but I just look at it. So basically just a quick thing like that. And so I want to make a plan for myself. The plan would be, if it goes back to the high, I'm going to short it. There's a 3-day. It already moved up a couple of days, and so the risk. There's more risk for me to chase. If I'm going to buy, you see this line here. So let me take a look. Let me make a closer chart so I can see the lines. 778. Why did I come that line? Because every time I hit that, it bounced up here. It bounced up here. You see that, guys? It's a double bottom. The problem is that once it breaks this, it's fucking gonna go down, dude. So there is my channels right here, 824 to 8778. So if it comes down to this, I might nibble some, dude. But if it goes down further than this, dude, it's game over for this stock. It's a pile on short every time it pops back up. If it goes down this, it's a pile on short. I call it pile on because every time it bounces up, I short it. If it go down, bounce up, I add to it. Boom, 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 boom. And then 720 is the ultimate line here. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that, guys. Just throwing the lines. Let me see. Is it safe to say, based on today's webinar, that the time is 10:30 and the price is over with? If the time is and the price over whip and is above 50 range between, is a long play. It's a long play when the trend is bullish, when the trend is up. And so you have to determine with your eyeball quickly. You don't need VWAP and all that shit. I mean, people use that, but I mean, it helps. VWAP basically is a volume weighted average price that it comes in. But I seen shit like under VWAP fucking scream the fuck up and kill you too. So that is not the Bible. Okay. The Bible for me is chart. Charts don't fucking lie, dude. Once it breaks it, once it goes down, there's your bullish. There's your thing. Once 778 is under, it's toast, dude. I don't give a fuck about VWAP, whatever, and then it'll just coincide with then what we see what the VWAP of this is. VWAP happens to be 818, so it's hovering around the VWAP right here. So if it goes under at 778, it's way under VWAP, and coupled with the fact that it broke under support. So you use everything to your advantage, guys. More information is good, but too much information is also like, confuse the crap out of you. So over time, you will determine for yourself which indicator, which method works for your strategy, dude. Everyone's different. Seriously, every strategy, some strategies are based upon Fibonacci or Bollinger Bands or whatever your strategy may be. So each strategy has a different indicator that works best for it. You have to figure out what yours is. And I'm just presenting you what's working for me, which is, at the end of the day, it's charting, dude. This is a perfect example of this fucking chart, dude. Once it broke this, boom, it spiked up. Cool, guys. Yeah, VWAP. I mean, dude, VWAP, you should use it. But if I take a look at the chart, I don't fucking know. I don't need to look at VWAP, right? I know they're underwater. If it breaks under here, I know underwater. VWAP will give me exactly the volume weighted average, yes. But at the end of the day, dude, the simplest, quickest thing is to look at the chart. So I've done this so long where I can look at the chart and pretty much figure out the trend. It's not always right, but you just need to determine this, guys. At what price does the stock become bullish, and what price does the stock become bearish? And in between those are indeterminate. It's a coin flip. Make sense? So you use VWAP, you use the charts, you use whatever indicator that tells you what is bullish and what is bearish. And in my opinion, that's it could be scientific, but it's also an art kind of shit. So I mean, it's up to you. But that makes sense, guys. I mean, you basically the bottom line is you want to be able. You don't want. There's no trade zones. If there's certain areas where you just don't fucking know. So why be in it? If it's 50-50 coin toss, go to the casino, dude. Go to the casino. And so I know that it's under 778, dude. It's so fucking short. And there's a lot of meat left. You see what I'm saying? So you have to factor in the meat. So this is a good topic between front side and short side. The front side of the trade is if you're a shorter, front side is all the side that's going up. I don't know what the top is. So every time I'm shorting, it's called cherry picking. I'm trying to figure out the top. And that'll blow you up your account too, unless you know what the fuck you're doing and you're doing small trades and you're stopping out. A lot of guys, they think this is the top because it tanked down. Next, you know, they fucking wake up and they're dead. So you have to, and this is too late in the day to determine. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this is a tricky ass chart, dude. That's why I don't fuck with this. If it's under 778, it's the backside of the trade, meaning the bulls are out. Is a downtrending negative chart. So I will be tracking this fucking tomorrow or later in the day around 2 o'clock because there's a lot of meat left from 778 down to 720 down to fucking 650. You know, so it's just playing safe. You may not make as much, but it's an insurance policy. You're not getting fucking rammed from $6 to $8. And so that's backside and front side. And once you enter the backside, once you enter the downtrend, you should not be bouncing this shit, dude. If you're bouncing this shit, you bounce it only at support levels and you scalp it until the trend changes in your favor. Chasing a knife down is the exact same mirror flip as trying to cherry pick a short all the way up. Cool, guys. I hope that was a good webinar. We will be back tomorrow, same time. I will be in the room to help you guys as well. Any other questions? I think we're good, right? Thanks, guys.